पिंपल फ्री हेल्थ स्किन का एक्सपर्ट।
Injured in Manipur landslide tragedy give eyewitnesses account of incident. Victims narrate ordeal as they narrowly escape death. 3 more bodies recovered from tragedy site at None today. Number of bodies retrieved raised to 34 today. Around 30 people still missing. Era of dynastic politics has ended, says Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma on the sidelines of BJP's National Executive Meet. It's time for politics of performance, says Sharma. And Mizoram environmentalist rings alarm bells over depleting water levels of Aizaul's lifeline, River Thlong, says need for immediate steps to reverse the trend. Hello to all of viewers and welcome to Evening Prime. I'm Aaron Lingdo. We start the bulletin with the top story. The landslide at None district of Manipur is one of the worst tragedies in the region, with 34 bodies recovered so far and at least another 30 missing. The tragedy has shook the region, to say the least. However, there were some fortunate ones who made it alive on the fateful day, thanks to rescue workers, locals, and Good Samaritans who risked their lives to save others. So what actually happened on the midnight of June the 29th? Northeast Live is the first channel to bring to you the eyewitnesses' account of the tragedy. Our Imphal correspondent Sharat Chandra caught up with the 3 of the injured persons undergoing treatment at RIMS Imphal. The injured trio, Raman Fukon, Maheshwar Fukon, and Maniram Fukon, had a narrow escape from the clutches of death. Now let's listen in to what they had to say about the tragedy.
मैं आपकी शुभ नाम जान सकता हूँ?
मेरा नाम रोमन फुकन।
हाँ सर। कहाँ के रहने वाले हैं?
असम स्टेट का है और डिस्ट्रिक्ट मोरीगांव और गांव कुस्तोली खुरागो खबोरे।
रोमन फुकन, आप कुछ बता सकेंगे कि उस दिन हुआ क्या था और जैसे आपको बचाने के लिए कोई आया या आप खुद ब खुद वहां से चले आए, क्या क्या हुआ?
खुद तो नहीं आया सर, और हम लोग तो ऊपर से जब गिरा था मतलब डे बज रहा था, ऐसा टाइम सोच रहा है हम लोग, मतलब क्योंकि थोड़ा ऊपर में जब हम लोग चढ़ा था मिनिमम 3-4 घंटा उधर में बैठा है बारिश में, तो किले का पेड़ का नीचे में थोड़ा रुक के हम लोग 6 आदमी था सर। ऐसे तो हम तो मिट्टी का अंदर में था। हाँ, ऊपर में एक पत्थर था, नीचे में एक पत्थर था। बाद में हाथ थोड़ा ऊपर में था और उसी से थोड़ा हिला के थोड़ा निकाला है हम। उसका बाद मेरा दोस्त और एक था गोपाल फुकन है, वो थोड़ा नदी जब ब्लॉक हो गया है, मतलब पहाड़ का मिट्टी इधर से तो पानी जाता है सर, और उसका पानी ज्यादा हो गया। उसका बाद वो उधर से लकड़ी से आया है, हम तो थोड़ा हिला के मतलब पत्थर से निकाला है। बाद में पूरा कोशिश किया तो ऐसे तो हम लोग मरने वाला है ऐसे सोच लिया है। बाद में थोड़ा हिला के निकल गया मतलब जाने के लिए नहीं होता है हमको और छोड़ने के लिए भी नहीं होता है, ऐसा हो गया है। पत्थर का ऊपर में खाली जैसे हो गया हम लोग का भगवान होता है, भगवान का नाम लेके उधर में बैठा था। बाद में मेरा दोस्त आया, एक कुंडा का ऊपर में आया, गोपाल फुकन है। उसका बाद वो बोला रोमेंडा ऐसे बोला हमको, और बाद में वही हमको बोला इसमें थोड़ा रुक पकड़ लो, हम तुमको लेके जाएगा।
जो घटना जो घटी करीब हो सकता है कि 1:30 बजे रात को हो सकता है। और उस वक्त आप लोग कमरे में थे?
कमरे में था सर, सो रहा था पूरा आदमी, पूरा दिन भर को मेहनत किया है। हम लोग तो मेहनत करने वाला आदमी है, हम तो मिस्त्री है, वो लोग हेल्पर था। उसका बाद वो ऐसा हो गया है, बाद में हमको थोड़ा वो लकड़ी में पकड़ा, बाद में हमको थोड़ा धीरे साइड में पहाड़ का किनारे में लेके गया।
तो जिस कमरे में आप लोग रहते थे, कितने जन रहते थे?
उसमें तो 23 था सर। हाँ, टोटल
आपको मिलाकर?
हाँ सर।
जैसे आपने आंख खुला, आपने होश संभाला तो आपको पाया गया आपकी शरीर के ऊपर चट्टान नदी के किनारे पाया आप?
नदी का बीच में था सर हम।
इसमें था।
हाँ
तो
बाद
एक तो गोपाल फुकन आपको कह के गए थे कि हम बचाने के लिए आएंगे, वो खुद
बसने के लिए नहीं सर, वो मतलब लोकड़ी में वो भी आ रहा है नदी तरफ से। मतलब
तो
जब
गोपाल भी थे आपको कमरे में, गोपाल फुकन भी थे
हाँ मेरा साथ में था सर।
आपके साथ में?
हाँ एक
तो
के साथ में
आखिरकार
सोया था।
आप सभी को वहां से कौन निकाल करके आया?
हम लोग को तो निकाला नहीं है सर, हम
आप खुद ब खुद
खुद हाँ खुद ताकत लगा के ऐसा किया है। बाद में और पहाड़ का उस किनार में गया है, किनार में जाके थोड़ा उधर से हम चिल्लाया, लेकिन आवाज है मेरे पास, लेकिन और भाई लोग कौन कौन है हम तो जाने नहीं सकता है, हम इधर है, बसना है तो इधर आ जाओ। बाद में ये और मेरा भाई है वो भी मनीराम फुकन है, अपना भाई है, और ये इधर से भतीजा लगता हूँ मेरा, वो ये महेश फुकन है, वो भी आया। बाद में वो भी एक लकड़ी लेके आया है, आके हम लोग एक ही साथ में, उसमें 6 आदमी था सर। 6 आदमी जब था, आदमी लोग ऐसा चिल्ला रहा है, सुनाई दिया है लेकिन दिखाई तो नहीं दिया है रात को। बाद में वो उसमें बोला आओ इधर आओ, कोई बसना है तो इधर आओ, ऐसे हम बोला। बाद में वो लोग खाली ये सिर्फ बोला है बसाओ बसाओ बसाओ। बाद में 1-2 घंटा का बाद में पानी तो फुल हो गया सर। पानी फुल होने का बाद में किसी का आवाज नहीं है,
नहीं था,
पूरा खत्म हो गया।
घर वालों को आपने फोन वगैरह से बात की?
बात किया सर, बात किया है
घर
सर।
वाले कोई आया क्या यहाँ पर?
यहाँ पर आया नहीं है, और सार लोग को बोला है, एमएलए सार लोग को बोला है, और मिनिस्टर लोग को भी बोला है, हम लोग असम का। उधर में भी गया है, घर में जाके बातचीत किया है, अभी भी उधर में है सर, उधर पूरा।
ठीक है, आखिरी सवाल रोमेन, यहाँ पर जैसे आपकी देखभाल करने के लिए कोई आसाम से कोई हमें सुनने में आया कि मिनिस्टर वगैरह एमएलए वगैरह
आया है सर,
कांग्रेस यूथ कभी आया हुआ है? कोई
आया सर, और फिजूस हाजी का सर आया था, और थोड़े पहले अभी तो आया था सर, उसका नाम तो नहीं मालूम है।
ठीक है।
और बाद में आप लोग का मणिपुर का स्टेट का ये
कांग्रेस का
हाँ आया था सर, आया था, आके थोड़ा सम्मान भी किया है सर हम लोग को। बहुत
ठीक है रोमेन फुकन, वही है, ऊपर वाले के सब हाथ में रहता है, ठीक है ना। कई लोग घायल हुआ, कई लोग मतलब अपने अपने मतलब अपने जान से हाथ धोना पड़ा ये सब घटने के बाद। चलिए भगवान को शुक्रिया अदा कीजिए, है ना, ठीक है ना रोमेन, जल्दी ठीक हो जाइए।
और एक बात बोलने के लिए चाहूंगा, क्योंकि हमको जब उधर में जब जो लड़का हमको लेके बसाया वही डेड हो गया है, गोपाल फुकन था। बाद में ऊपर में सुबह में मतलब सोने के लिए नहीं हुआ। वो बस्ती वाला का तो गांव का मालूम नहीं है, लेकिन बस्ती वाला भी बहुत अच्छा है। वो लोग हमको उठा के ले जाके वो लोग को धुलाई करके कपड़ा पूरा दिलाया सभी को, वो लोग के लिए शुक्रिया अदा करने के लिए चाहूंगा।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, नोटिस टाइप के जरिए
মই তাৰমানে এনেকুৱা নদী কিনাৰত ধৰা এনেকুৱা ধৰ এইটো চাইড ওখ নহয়, মানে তাত এই এনেকুৱা কাঠৰ লগ, তাৰমানে ইমান দূৰত নগ'লো মই, ওচৰতে থাকিলো যে, তাৰমানে ছাইডত শোৱাৰ কাৰণে ছাইডৰ এটাটো তাৰমানে চাইডে ওচৰতে পৰিছোঁ। মানে তেতিয়া তাৰমানে পাথৰ ইয়াতে ধৰিছে হেঁচা, তাৰপিছত পাথৰটো এনেকৈ ঠেলি লওঁতে তাৰপিছত এদিকেও গৈছে, তাৰপিছত টিঙা সেয়া এতিয়া কাটিছে।
आप भी मतलब रोमेन फुकन के साथ ही थे?
और एक साथ है,
एक रूम में। तो आप असम के कहाँ के रहने वाला है?
एक ही गाँव,
मरीगांव। ठीक है, और महेश फुकन, आप भी मोरीगांव का है, असम का रहने वाला है। अभी तबीयत कैसा है? अच्छा है। डॉक्टरों की देखभाल कैसे चल रही है?
अच्छा चलता है।
अच्छा चल रहा है। ठीक है, जल्दी ठीक हो जाइए, और जल्दी फिर घर वालों से मिलिए, ठीक है ना, बहुत दिन बाद। जल्दी ठीक हो जाइए, अपना तरफ से, नोटिस लैब की तरफ से।
Meanwhile, we also spoke to RIMS director Professor Santa Singh for an update on the health condition of the injured. Let's listen in.
So came across with Professor A. Santa, who is the director, RIMS Hospital. Sir, we have already interacted with Dr. Raju, who was just on duty round treating the patient. So overall, as a director, how do you have any, this knowledge of the health conditions of this three injured person from Assam, sir?
Yes. From the day one, we are keep on monitoring it, and we are very, very fortunate that they are recovering very, very fast. And it was actually thanks to the God only, and these people, we have given all the free of cost and whatever provided, and even some of the people who have come for there to help, we have given all those helping hand to them, so to make them completely free. And completely we give all the not only medicine, food, and everything's there.
So
It was
fast recovery is the best effort
Yeah,
putting out
yes.
from the RIMS hospital
Yes.
side. Yeah, this is the Professor A. Santa, who is the director of RIMS, and according to him, from day one, that is 1st July, the treatment for these 3 injured persons from Assam who are engaging in the railway construction work, treatment is given, and 24/7 doctors are just keeping close monitoring of these 3 patients. And yes, so far as the medicine, so far as the food is concerned, RIMS hospital giving them all of free. And Dr. Santa is also another, this Dr. Razo, they are very much confident that as their health condition improve gradually day by day, then they can be discharged from the hospital in the days to come. With video journalist Roshan, this is Sharad Chandra reporting for Notice Live from RIMS Hospital, Imphal.
Meanwhile, Assam Minister Piyush Hazarika, who has been camping in Manipur for the last 2 days, overseeing the rescue operations at Tupul, today visited the injured persons from Assam at RIMS Hospital in Imphal to take stock of their health condition. A condition of the 3 persons from Assam who were rescued are stated to be stable. And as per reports, these 3 persons will be sent to Assam via a special flight tomorrow. Meanwhile, Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh today visited the Assam Rifles Military Hospital in Imphal. Chief Minister Biren Singh met with the persons who are undergoing treatment after being injured in the recent devastating landslide at Tupul. The Manipur Chief Minister also handed over checks of rupees 50,000 to each of the injured persons at the hospital. The injured persons who were handed the checks are Havaldar Marjisyon Singh, Havaldar Nima Onshu Sherpa, Lance Naik Hirdya Lamang, Rifleman Siddhant Chetri, Rifleman Sarang Them Shyamchandra Singh, Rifleman Prakash Niwar, and Chief Kinkar Borwa. Now, all in all, a total of 7 Territorial Army personnel received checks from the Manipur Chief Minister today. Manipur Health Minister Sapam Ranjan, Chief Secretary Dr. Rajesh Kumar, the DGP P. Dongel, and others accompanied Chief Minister N. Biren Singh during his visit to the hospital. And 3 more bodies have been recovered from the tragedy site at Noni today, taking the total number of bodies retrieved to 34. Among the 3 bodies recovered today, 1 is that of a Territorial Army personnel, while the remaining 2 are of civilians. Meanwhile, around 30 more people are still feared buried under the debris. And earlier in the morning, inclement weather delayed search and rescue operations on day 4. Incessant rain since last evening delayed the search operations by over 2 hours. Incessant rain since 6:30 last evening had led to fresh landslides in the area, even blocking the approach road to the tragedy site. The heavy downpour slowed down the rescue operations as the surface turned sticky, making progress difficult. While as many as 12 bodies were recovered yesterday, 3 bodies have been retrieved during the search and rescue operations. And notably, the Army is using high-tech equipment such as the through-wall imaging radar, which can detect bodies buried up to 20 meters below in the search operations. Now, the search operations will continue till the last person is traced, said the authorities. Now, meanwhile, bodies of 4 laborers from Assam's Morigao district who lost their lives in the None landslide today arrived in their homes. The deceased are Gopal Fukon, Dipankar Bordaloy, Harmohan Deka, and Palab Laram. Later, all 4 deceased were cremated with their family members and scores of people attending the funeral.
তেওঁলোকৰ আৰু আমি পৰিয়াল কিছু
আমাৰ খুৰা গোসাঁইপুৰী এনেকৈ গাঁওখনৰ যিটো পৰিৱেশৰ অৱস্থা সম্পূৰ্ণ মানে অশোচনীয় আৰু এই আজি দিশত তেওঁলোকৰ অভাৱ অনাটনৰ কাৰণে বিদেশত কাম কৰিব লগীয়া হ'ল। এতিয়াও আমাৰ এনেকৈ ধৰণৰ হৈছে আমাৰ 27জন মানুহ আছিল 27জনে এতিয়া তাৰে এতিয়া আমি 4জন পাইছোঁ অহা কাইলৈ আৰু 4জন আহিব বুলি ভাবিছোঁ যে কি পাইছেনে নাই এইটো সন্ধানটো আমি ভালদৰে পোৱা নাই বাকীখিনি আমি পোৱা নাই বাকীখিনি বাৰু
মোৰ ভাইটি হয়
কোন কোন আছিলে তেওঁৰ ঘৰত
মোৰ ভাইটি ঘৰত আছিল মোৰ বৰমা আছিল আৰু বোৱাৰীজনী আছিল আৰু তাৰ সৰু সৰু ল'ৰা আছিল দুটা আছিল এতিয়া কেনেকৈ চলিব মানে মই অসম চৰকাৰক এটাই ক'ব বিচাৰোঁ অনুৰোধ কৰিব বিচাৰোঁ যাতে সেই পৰিয়ালটো অসম চৰকাৰে অলপ চকু মেলি চাই মই সেইটোৱে ক'ব বিচাৰোঁ। মোৰ আৰু ভাষা নাই মোক ক'ব কাৰণে মোৰ ভাইটি যে এনেকুৱা হ'ব মই ভবাই নাছিলোঁ যে এনেকুৱা হ'ব।
Meanwhile, the mortal remains of Sanjay Debnath and Prasanta Deb were also brought to Tripura. Prasanta Deb's body was handed over to his grieving family members and relatives who took it to AD Nagar in Agartala. Meanwhile, Sanjay Debnath's body was received by his kin and the mortal remains were taken to his native place in Bishalgarh in Sipahi Jala district. Well, we will come back to this big story, the Manipur landslide tragedy. But for now, let's cut across live to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's mega rally, which is happening right now in Hyderabad.
55% से अधिक खाते महिलाओं के हैं। इसी तरह जो मुद्रा लोन दिए गए हैं उसमें से 2/3 से अधिक लोन महिलाओं को दिए गए हैं। स्टैंड अप इंडिया के तहत दिए गए लोन में से 80% से अधिक महिलाओं को दिया गया है। यहां तक कि रेहड़ी ठेले पटरी वाले देश के लाखों साथियों को भी केंद्र सरकार ने बैंकों से जोड़ा है। पीएम स्वनिधि योजना के तहत तेलंगाना में के भी हजारों साथियों को मदद मिली है। भाइयों और बहनों, तेलंगाना भारत में रिसर्च और इनोवेशन का भी एक बड़ा केंद्र है। कोरोना काल में वैक्सीन को लेकर दूसरे साजो सामान को लेकर जो काम यहां हुआ है उसने पूरी दुनिया में करोड़ों जीवन बचाने में मदद की है। बीते 8 वर्षों से केंद्र सरकार इस इकोसिस्टम को सशक्त करने के लिए बड़े स्तर पर प्रयास कर रही है। हैदराबाद में आधुनिक साइंस सिटी बनाने के लिए भी भाजपा सरकार गंभीर प्रयास कर रही है। कुछ समय पहले नेशनल एनिमल रिसोर्स फैसिलिटी फॉर बायोमेडिकल रिसर्च जैसा आधुनिक रिसर्च सेंटर हैदराबाद में तैयार हो चुका है। साथियों, भाजपा सरकार सिर्फ टेक्नोलॉजी और इनोवेशन के प्रोजेक्ट ही नहीं बना रही बल्कि गरीब और ग्रामीण परिवारों के बेटे बेटियों के प्रतिभा को भी प्रोत्साहन दे रही है। नई राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति में हमने स्थानीय भाषा में पढ़ाई को प्राथमिकता दी है। अब आप ही बताइए, जब तेलुगु में टेक्नोलॉजी और मेडिकल की पढ़ाई होगी तो तेलंगाना के गांवों की गरीब परिवार के माताओं के सपने सच होकर के रहेंगे कि नहीं रहेंगे। इससे आत्मनिर्भर भारत के निर्माण के लिए टैलेंट का पुल बड़ा होगा या नहीं होगा? भाइयों और बहनों, आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान को रामागुंडम खाद कारखाना भी सशक्त कर रहा है। आप सभी ये जानते हैं कि बीते दशकों में देश के जो अनेक खाद कारखाने बंद हुए थे, उनमें से ये भी एक था। 2015 में हमने इसको फिर से चालू करने के लिए काम शुरू किया। लगभग 6,500 करोड़ रुपए का निवेश किया। अब यहां फर्टिलाइजर का उत्पादन शुरू हो चुका है। बहुत जल्द इसको भी राष्ट्र के लिए समर्पित कर दिया जाएगा। ये तेलंगाना के किसानों के लिए, भारत के किसानों के लिए कितनी बड़ी सुविधा है, इसका आप अंदाज लगा सकते हैं। इससे खाद पर हमारी विदेशी निर्भरता कम हो जाएगी। भाइयों और बहनों, हमारा निरंतर प्रयास है कि तेलंगाना के किसानों का जीवन आसान हो, उनको अपनी उपज का अधिक से अधिक लाभ मिले। तेलंगाना में पानी से जुड़े लगभग 35,000 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक के 5 बड़े प्रोजेक्ट पर केंद्र सरकार काम कर रही है। बीते 6 सालों में केंद्र सरकार ने तेलंगाना के धान किसानों से लगभग 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए का धान खरीदा है। धान किसानों को लागत का 1.5 गुना पैसा भी दिया है। इस बार भी धान की एमएसपी में 80 रुपये की वृद्धि कर उसे 2,000 रुपये प्रति क्विंटल से ज्यादा कर दिया गया है। भाइयों और बहनों, खेती हो या उद्योग, हर सेक्टर के विकास के लिए आधुनिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बहुत आवश्यक है। तेलंगाना का गांव हो या शहर, आधुनिक कनेक्टिविटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए भाजपा के नेतृत्व वाली केंद्र सरकार अभूतपूर्व काम कर रही है। हैदराबाद में यातायात और सुगम बनाने के लिए केंद्र सरकार 1,500 करोड़ रुपए की लागत से 4 और 6 लेन के कई फ्लाईओवर और एलिवेटेड कॉरिडोर बना रही है। इस हाईटेक सिटी में जाम की परेशानी कम करने के लिए केंद्र सरकार 350 किलोमीटर परिधि की रीजनल रिंग रोड भी बनाने जा रही है।
Well, coming back to the Manipur landslide tragedy, a video has surfaced showing a camp of construction workers at Tupul in None before the tragic landslide took place. Now, in the video, the laborers are heard describing the flood situation downstream. While Northeast Life could not independently verify the exact date and time when the video was shot, it is believed to have been recorded on the day of the incident.
এইটো আমাৰ কোম্পানীটো দেখিছে, এইটো পানীৰ তলত আছে টিংপাতটো, এইটোৱে আমাৰ কোম্পানী। আমি ওপৰত আছোঁ এইদিকে, এই ইয়াত ইয়াৰ ওপৰত আছোঁ পানী এইবিলাক। বহুত এইবিলাক বৰষুণত একদম নদী ফুল হৈ আছে, এইবিলাক দেখা পাইছ নদী।
Now, meanwhile, Union Minister of State for Education, Dr. Subhash Sarkar, who is in Manipur on a 4-day visit today, visited the landslide site. Now, the Union Minister, during his visit, interacted with the forces engaged in the rescue operations.
सारे आर्मी के जवान, एनडीआरएफ के जवान, एसडीआरएफ के जवान, बंगाल पुलिस सबको मिलकर बहुत ही अच्छा जो रेस्क्यू जो वर्क ये चल रहा है। और इसके कारण आपने देखा दे आर मैंने ऑल डे एंड नाइट्स टुगेदर। यहाँ से एकदम हटे नहीं. They are still 24 hours. They are here, and they are doing the rescue works.
Meanwhile, Darjeeling MP Raju Bista is also at the site of the tragic landslide in None. Sarkar is at the ground zero to oversee the ongoing rescue operations. Now, noteworthy here is that 107 Territorial Army, which have lost several of its personnel in the landslide, is headquartered at Jala Pahar in Darjeeling.
मुझे दुख तकलीफ इस बात का है कि यहाँ पे जो टेरिटोरियल आर्मी के जो जवान लगे थे उसमें से ज़्यादातर 43 जवान यहाँ पे मौजूद थे, अफसर और जेसीओ मिला करके, और उसमें से ज़्यादातर लोग दार्जिलिंग पश्चिम बंगाल के थे. वो सब लोग जो है अमर रहे और उन्होंने देश के लिए सेवा करते हुए उन्होंने अपनी सर्वोच्च बलिदान दिया है. मैं इतना कह सकता हूँ, उनका बलिदान जो है व्यर्थ नहीं जाएगा और वो हमारे बीच हमेशा हमारी यादों में रहेंगे. मैं उन सबके परिवार के प्रति मेरी सांत्वना है. जो लोग भी जिनका इलाज अस्पताल में चल रहा है, मैं भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि जल्द से जल्द स्वस्थ होकर के वो अपने घरों को लौटे. ये कठिन समय है मणिपुर के लिए. मैं मणिपुर के मुख्यमंत्री जी को भी बधाई देना चाहूँगा कि उन्होंने हैदराबाद का एनईसी मीटिंग भी कैंसिल करके यहीं पे डटे हुए पिछले 3 दिनों से लगातार. मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है जिस तरह से फौज, यहाँ की सिविलियन और एनडीआरएफ एसडीआरएफ के लोग लगे हुए हैं, रेलवे के लोग लगे हुए हैं, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है इस रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन को हम जल्द से जल्द पूरा कर पाएंगे.
Meanwhile, Major General Naveen Sachdeva spoke exclusively to Northeast Live and said that the army is committed to continue search operation at Tupul railway construction site till the last mortal remains are retrieved. Major General Sachdeva was leading the army and the Assam Rifles officers during the wreath-laying ceremony for the 7 mortal remains of the 107 Battalion Territorial Army who lost their lives in the massive landslide. Now, notably, 107 Territorial Army were providing security to workers engaged in Tupul railway construction. Now, while 14 mortal remains of 107 Territorial Army men were flown back to their respective natives in 2 Indian Air Force aircrafts on Saturday, 7 more bodies were sent by an Indian Air Force aircraft from Imphal Airport.
With me is Major General Naveen Sachdeva, who is the GOC 57 Mountain Division. Sir, any word from you, sir, during this critical time, sir?
All I can say is it's a tragedy, and the army and the Assam Rifle are doing what they can, and we will make an endeavor. We are under directions of GOCNC Eastern Command and GOC 3 Corps to ensure that the last mortal remains are recovered. And all camps have been established. The engineers have been pushed into action. The air effort where required is being given. All efforts will be made to ensure that the mortal remains are recovered and reached to the last location.
Last location, sir. So far, sir, we learned that yesterday also around about 14 mortal remains of Territorial Army being sent back to this location, sir. Today again, sir, 7, sir. Altogether, sir, is it how many, sir, so far?
So far 21. The efforts continue, and we are in touch with the families as well. The air effort is being ensured, and all necessary homage as is due would be paid.
Sir, regarding manpower, we have also went to the location, sir. So far as the technology and machinery is concerned, sir, how they help to finding out the mortal remains, sir?
All technology is being used. For example, radars from even Leh and Siachen Glacier have been moved, and we are making a resolute effort to recover either hopefully the survivors, otherwise the mortal remains.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is the GOC, the Major General Naveen Sachdeva, who is the GOC 57 Mountain Division, and he is very committed that this search operation will continue till the last mortal remains retrieved. With video journalist Rosen, this is Sharat Chandra from Imphal Airport, Manipur.
And with that, we'll take a quick breather. More news when we return. Stay with us.
Most watched English news channel in Northeast. Number 1 English channel in region. Highest urban and rural viewers in Northeast. Most viewed news channel of Northeast on YouTube.
সুগন্ধ ৰং আৰু সোৱাদ খাতি
এভৰিডে জিভাত দিয়ে আচল জুতি
Everyday spices 100% taste. Everyday spices best.
Build your dream at the Assam Royal Global University. Success is not an overnight phenomenon. You need to work hard and go through the grind every day to achieve what you want. Engineer, fashion designer, or someone working in the field of medical science, or the CEO of your own company, you can dream anything and make that happen here at the Assam Royal Global University.
बड़े छोटे साथ ऐश करो नाच गाओ मस्ती में आओ यहाँ बार बार खेलो झूमो कूदो यहाँ मस्ती में
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you for staying on. Now, in a key development in the Amravati murder probe, prime accused Irfan Sheikh, who had allegedly hatched a conspiracy to murder Umesh Kolhe, has been sent to 4-day police custody. Now, with this development, Irfan, who was arrested on July the 2nd, will now remain in police custody till July the 7th. A team of the National Investigation Agency interrogated Khan on Sunday morning at the city Kotwali police station before he was taken to the Amravati district and sessions court amid tight security. The 54-year-old chemist Umesh Kohli was stabbed to death in Maharashtra's Amravati city after he allegedly shared a post on social messaging platform in support of suspended BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma. Now, under the direction of the Ministry of Home Affairs, the National Investigation Agency has already taken over the case, and a total of 7 accused have been arrested so far. The NIA has registered cases under various sections of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act and the IPC. Well, meanwhile, shocking reports have come up in the post-mortem report of Umesh Kolhe. The post-mortem report revealed that his brain nerve, breathing tube, food pipe and eye vein were damaged due to the knife attack. Now, the report also revealed that the wound was 5 inches wide, 7 inches long and 5 inches deep. And meanwhile, Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis termed the incident as serious. Fadnavis, while stating that the cruelty with which he was killed is shocking, also hinted that any initial lapses in the investigation and accusation made by the party's local leaders would be looked into.
देखिए, अमरावती की घटना बहुत ही गंभीर है। जिस बर्बरता के साथ उनको मारा गया है, ये बहुत ही क्रूरतापूर्ण इस प्रकार का सारा व्यवहार है। अभी इसमें आरोपियों को पकड़ा गया है, जो मास्टरमाइंड है उन्हें भी पकड़ा गया है। एनआईए भी अब इसकी तफ्तीश कर रही है, इसके कोई बाहरी कनेक्शन है क्या, क्योंकि ऐसा ध्यान में आ रहा है कि देश के अंदर एक तनाव पैदा हो, इसलिए कुछ विदेशी ताकतें भी प्रयास कर रही है, उससे इसका कोई कनेक्शन है क्या, इसकी भी तफ्तीश होगी। और साथ ही में शुरुआत में इसको एक डकैती का रूप दिया गया था, उसकी भी जानकारी ली जाएगी कि क्या जेन्युइनली ऐसा लग रहा था या बाद में तथ्य सामने आए। ये सारी बातें जल्दी हम सामने लाएंगे।
And shifting focus now, the Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Nirmala Sitharaman, is all set to arrive in Kohima tomorrow. The Union Finance Minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, will be attending the Nagaland CSR and Investment Conclave, scheduled to get underway in Kohima tomorrow. Well organized on the theme, Partnerships for Strengthening Sustainable Development, the CSR Conclave is a first of its kind in the state, jointly organized by the Investment and Development Authority Nagaland, or IDAN, with collaboration of the Confederation of Indian Industry, or the CII. Well, notably 50 to 60 CSOs and CXOs from various companies will be taking part in the conclave. Well, this was announced by CEO of Investment and Development Authority Nagaland, Alem Temshi Jamir, who, while addressing a press conference on the conclave. Addressing the press conference, the IDAN CEO said that Nagaland CSR and Investment Conclave will give a major boost to the NGOs and entrepreneurs to interact with the investing companies. CEO Alem Temshi Jamir further informed that besides the CSR conclave, the bankers and investors meet will also be taking place alongside. Well, the inaugural session of the conclave will take place tomorrow at 4 p.m. at the State Banquet Hall in Kohima.
We are very happy that the Honorable Finance Minister has agreed to grace the occasion, and her coming has made a big change. And apart from the CSR conclave, we have got the Bankers Conclave, which is a separate event. The CSR conclave is being held in the banquet hall of the Chief Minister, the banquet hall. And the Bankers Meet is being held in the NBCC Convention Center. So the thing has become very big. And along with CSR, conclave, and the Bankers Meet, there was added the Investors Meet. So we have a combination of 3 events going on. This conclave has been mounted to try to attract more CSR investment in the state. This CSR conclave is not the end to the CSR activities. This is just the beginning. We are opening up the door for people to be in contact with the corporates, and experience. So a lot more NGOs will be coming in, and the DCs, every district has been given a separate stall, and they'll be bringing in their own NGOs, and they'll be pitching for their own investment in their own districts.
Well, on to another big story now. The Assam police have arrested 4 individuals for allegedly breaching the embankment in Betukandi that led to the devastating floods in Silchar. As per reports, the police arrested another person identified as Kabul Khan last night. All arrested individuals will be brought to Guwahati for further investigation. Well, it may be mentioned here that Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma had ordered a CBI probe into the incident, which led to unprecedented devastation in Silchar town.
बेतुकंडी केस में अभी तक टोटल 4 लोगों को अरेस्ट किया गया है। कमल खान, मितू हुसैन लश्कर, नाजिर हुसैन लश्कर और रिपन खान। इन्वेस्टिगेशन अभी इसमें चल रहा है। विल अनर्थ देयर आइडेंटिटी।
And staying with news from Silchar, 2 dreaded dacoits were killed in an encounter last night. The duo, identified as Kamrul Islam and Amrul Hussain, were earlier apprehended from Jorabad. The police, on the other hand, shot at the duo to stop them from running away. However, both of them died of their bullet injuries. Meanwhile, our colleague Bikram Sarkar caught up with Kachar District SP Ramandeep Kaur for an exclusive chat regarding both the matters of arrest with regards to breaking of the dike and the encounter in which the 2 dacoits were killed.
So, ma'am, first of all, we would like to know from you about the incident that took place of shootout.
So, on 30th of June, there was an incident of firing, based on which a case was registered. There was like some property dispute going on, and there was an incident reported of firing. An FIR was registered, and when we investigated into the matter, we got a lead that the FIR named accused is on his way to Guwahati. So a team from Silchar police station chased him throughout Meghalaya and finally apprehended him at Jorabad. When we apprehended him at Jorabad, we found that he is there with two other accomplices. One is Lekoi and another is Anwar Hussain. So Lekoi is actually a wanted criminal in the entire Barakpalli, more so in Kachar, for cases like dacoity, extortion, vehicle lifting, kidnapping, etc. for a very long time now. After the apprehension and like when they were being brought back to Silchar, this happened yesterday around 11 o'clock. So when they were being brought to Silchar, as they crossed this area, Sonapur, so there are landslides in that area, and it was dark by that time, and there was huge traffic jam. So two vehicles were used to transport them back. The three of the culprits, two vehicles were used to transport them back to Silchar. So one vehicle just like got slightly ahead, and the second vehicle, which was behind, so taking cover of the darkness and taking cover of the like slow speed of the vehicle because of the traffic jam, the two accomplices, they opened the side door of the vehicle and they tried to flee away from the spot. So in order to effect their apprehension, the team which was there, including OC Silchar, they used minimum force to apprehend them. In that process, they sustained a few bullet injuries. Immediately, they were taken to the nearest PHC of the line, wherein the doctor, after giving them first aid, referred them to medical college. When they were finally shifted to medical college, the doctor declared them not dead.
And any casualty in the police side?
Police has received injuries and they are also under treatment. Two of my one constable and one sub inspector received injuries in the scuffle that happened in apprehension.
The day before yesterday, CM Dr. Hemant Biswa Sharma had said that the strictest action will be taken. And we have heard that you have apprehended some of those who are involved in damaging the dike. So how many of them and who are they?
So far, based on the evidences that we have apprehended four of them, and they have sort of confessed their crime that they have damaged the public property, and consequent upon that damage, the waters from Barak River entered Silchar town and flooded the entire town, causing damage to a lot of people. So far we have apprehended four of them, but still the investigation, the process is on. There are probably another accomplices with them, which will be soon apprehended.
Is there any conspiracy behind or somebody manipulated them to do what they have done of their own?
That part is being looked into. There are many angles in the investigation so far. We are investigating all angles. There are angles to like economic angles, and there are angles that there was angst in the local public about that. So some departmental this thing also we are looking into all angles.
And shifting focus now, Mizoram environmentalist Romal Sauma, popularly known as Roma, who became the first to row across the largest river in Mizoram, the Long River, as he completed his expedition in 16 days in the month of May, has sounded an alarm bell regarding drying up of major rivers. Roma took up the expedition in the wake of the alarming PHE data that water level of River Tlong is depleting every year. Speaking to media persons, Roma said that the PHE data revealed that the Tlong River level is depleting every year. Now, the depletion levels were especially high in the years 2019, 2020, and 2021. He pointed out, stating that the rivers are depleting. Now, Roma added that when he traversed across the river in March, it was witnessed that the river had dried up in Lunglei Zobak. The environmentalist said it was high time for people to start showing concern because both Lunglei and Aizol are dependent on the Tlong River. Well, we have come to a point where we can run out of our main water source at any time, especially with our smaller riverines drying up, Roma said.
Talking to Romal Somalina, and some rank hang up one and saying, Nupui Fanal and Omegani. Ray về thuộc to environment chung sang hi chu hey kan nei kan te ro chua him atanga kan ve hi ni ve a tin kan tal tam na le kan nuam ti zo ngalo ni bok nen hianin ka ve ma ngen khop mai ka ri lu lu tu hi ani ma ngare ani chu e ka ve tran na ka lu chil tak tak na chu nge rule hi ni ta chumi mang chuanin nge lu chil tak tak na zu hriat chian zel du na anga kha kan nei chaw pha ta ni rule awang khan นี่ก็ลองสุ่มสุ่มมาให้สวัสดีหลายกินกันทีเดียวที่อย่างสั่งๆกันไงนะชิงเข้ามา
Now, in what has come as a major initiative to intensify its stand on the war against drugs in Pomai Naga areas, the Pomai frontal organizations organized a mega bike and car rally today. The bike and car rally was jointly organized by Pomai frontal organizations, namely Pomai Naga Union, Pomai Naga Women's Union, and the Pomai Naga Students Union in collaboration with Senapati District Administration. While Senapati District Police, Forest Department, Horticulture Department, and Agriculture Department also supported the initiative. While braving against all odds posed by intense heat and rain, the rally traveled for more than 150 kilometers in Pomai areas, covering 9 different villages of Manipur's Senapati district. The president of Pomai Naga Union, Dr. Dailord Pao, while addressing the media, said that the rally organized in support of Manipur's war on drugs was to spread the message that the frontal organizations will totally go against drugs with no plantation of poppy or related drug plants in the region.
Today, the Pomai Naga Union PNG organized a car and bike rally for war against drug, in consonance with the Manipur government's drive. While covering these villages, we give our message that we will totally go against drug. There will be no plantations of poppy or any other drug plants.
Well, speaking exclusively to Northeast Live, finalist of Rubaru Mr. India 2022, banner Lamai James congratulated the Pomai frontal organizations for taking up the initiative.
Today, I would like to congratulate the Pomai Frontal Union for taking up this initiative of this rally. Apparently, Pomai tribe is the first tribe to organize such rally, a war against drugs. It is a very good initiative. It is high time we acknowledge rallies like this and we strictly follow the rules and regulation provided by the government.
And meanwhile, the winner of Mr. Northeast 2021-2022, P. Achieve, too, lauded the Pomai frontal organizations for organizing such a mega anti-drug rally. While appreciating the CSOs and the leaders for the war on drugs, the mega Northeast winner also urged all to cooperate with the frontal organizations.
Today, we're with all the help of and the rally organized by the Pomai Frontier Organization, PNU, PNM, and then PNTM for the war on drugs, which is anti-drugs rally we carried out, and then we happened to reach the beautiful village called Oinam village here. So carrying out this, I really appreciate all these leaders, to our Pomai leaders who have carried out the initiative.
And former Miss Luingaini and Mrs. Pomai, Julita Robert, while interacting with the media, said that she feels herself honored to be part of the rally and urged the people to support the initiative and be part of it to eradicate drug abuse in society.
I'm honored to be in this rally organized by the Pomai Frontal Organization in this war against drugs. So let's give her full support and be a part of it and eradicate drugs abuses in our society.
Well, in a huge crackdown on drug menace, the Tripura police today seized 1,451 kgs of dried cannabis from different parts of Khowai district. The contraband was seized from Teliamura and Mungai Kami areas. The market value of the consignment is estimated to be a whopping rupees 2 crore and 17 lakhs. Now, Khowai District Superintendent of Police Bhanupad Chakraborty, speaking to media, said that Teliamura Traffic Unit Police recovered 48 kgs of dried cannabis from a container vehicle at Naka Point on the Assam-Agartala National Highway under Teliamura Police Station. Now, meanwhile, the peddlers were immediately arrested from the spot and has been identified as Lal Mohan Roy and Pankaj Roy. Now, in the meantime, Mungya Kami police also recovered 975 kgs of cannabis while inspecting an oil tanker and arrested the driver. The driver has been identified as Karthik Jamatia. A case has been registered against the arrested under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act by the Khowai District Police.
আমরা হাওয়াই বাড়িতে এবং মুঙ্গিয়া কামিতে দুইটা গাড়ি ট্রাফিক তেলেঙ্গানা ট্রাফিক এবং মুঙ্গিয়া কামি পিএস ডিটেইন করেছিল। একটা ছিল ওয়েল ট্যাঙ্কার, যেটা মুঙ্গিয়া কামিতে আটক করা হয়েছিল। সেটার থেকে টোটাল 975 কেজি গাঁজা সিজ করা হয়েছে এবং কার্তিক জমাতিয়া বলে ওমরপুরের একজনকে অ্যারেস্ট করা হয়েছে সেই কেসটাতে। আর হাওয়াইবারে যে ঘটনাটা যেটা হলো, এটার থেকে গাঁজা সিজ করা হয়েছে 476 কেজি এবং এই ঘটনাতে লালমোহন রায় এবং পঙ্কজ রায় নামে দুইজনকে আটক করা হয়েছে, যাদের বাড়ি বিহার। এই দুইটা ঘটনাতে টোটাল সিজার হলো 1451 কেজি। ওপেন বাজার এটা বিক্রি হয় না, কালো বাজার এটার মূল্য হলো 2,17 লক্ষ টাকা।
And moving on now, Manipur's small-scale industry, Khan Lom Banana Food and Fiber Processing Center, situated in Churachandpur district, has received financial support from the Northeast Center for Technology Application and Reach, or NECTA. Well, the industry was visited by NECTA officials, senior analysts, Pompey Das and Scientist Institute of Bioresources and Development, Imphal, Nanachwa Sharma, yesterday. Well, during their visit, the officials witnessed positive development made by the industry and therefore extended financial aid of rupees 9.5 lakhs for the first installment. And as part of the second, it has decided to further support with rupees 9.5 lakhs again. Well, it may be mentioned here that the Khan Lom Banana Food and Fiber Processing Center was started in 2019 with like-minded people who donated funds for setting it up. The industry produces various products out of banana tree, which is the main raw material used by the industry. Some of the products are fiber, ropes, handbags, doormats, baskets, home decoration, table cleaner, brooms, and carpets. And besides, the industry is also planning to alter the plastic products with biodegradable products and currently has over 40 employees, out of which 33 are permanent and the rest are based on daily wages.
This is the project we focus in Churachandpur, since most of the banana available in Churachandpur. Yeah, banana is the raw material. Nectar from officer nectar who came is Dr. Pompey, senior analysis as well as project officer. She come along with IBSD officer, that is Nanaucha Sharma, scientist from Institute of Bioresource and Development, IBSD Imphal. Both of them come and both of them are very satisfied, since both of them say that Khanklom people are really working hard. Your artisans are also working hard. So in future, whatever any opportunity, we will keep in touch, we will help each other. That's message they leave to us.
So my main purpose of visiting Imphal and Churachandpur is that because NECTA as an organization, we provide technological support to the entrepreneurs who do something for the livelihood of the people, who develop products which is in need in the market, and also it can support the livelihood of the people. So as a mandate of NECTA, what we do is that before we give the financial assistance in batches. So after the first batch of installment that is given, for the next to proceed further, we need to personally visit along with an expert member as suggested by our committee. So for that, personally, I had come to Churachandpur to see these items, whatever they have developed.
Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma today took a direct dig at the opposition, stating that the era of dynastic and family politics has ended and politics of performance and development has begun. The Assam Chief Minister and NADA convener said this during a press briefing on the sidelines of the two-day BJP executive meet that's being held in Hyderabad. While Chief Minister Sharma also spoke in detail about the economic resolutions that were discussed on the first day of the BJP executive meet. He also informed that on the second day of the meeting today, Union Home Minister Amit Shah moved the political resolution which was passed unanimously. And as per the Assam Chief Minister, Home Minister Shah called the Supreme Court ruling on the Gujarat riot case as historic. He said that the top court termed the matter politically inspired.
Home Minister Shri Amit Shah ji has moved the political resolution. The resolution was seconded by the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Bommai ji, and myself. In beginning of his speech, Amit Shah ji has drawn the attention of recent Supreme Court verdict on the various cases or basically on the Gujarat riot case, and he has said that Supreme Court has cleared Modi ji completely and also exposed the conspiracy of various individual ideologically oriented media person and NGO who all along conspired to defame Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji.
Well, Sharma also informed that during the meeting, Home Minister Amit Shah spoke about the opposition Congress, which he said has a quote-unquote Modi phobia. Well, the Congress, Sharma added, has been opposing every decision taken by the centre in national interest. And a special prayer offering to mark the 87th birthday of the Dalai Lama was held today in Assam's Dibrugarh district. The prayer session was organized by Buddha Chaitanya, a mantra for progressive growth of Buddha Dharma and Buddhist philosophy in Northeast India, in collaboration with the International Brotherhood Mission and Free Tibet, a voice from Assam. Well, the prayer offering was held within the premises of the International Brotherhood Mission in Dibrugarh. It may be mentioned here that the prayer offering was held for the long life of the Dalai Lama and is the first such prayer held in Northeast India. Meanwhile, the prayer session was attended by Ven Acharya B. Karuna, Shastri Mahathera, Soumya Deep Datta, Lama Shastri Sangye, other Buddhist monks, along with supporters of Buddha Chaitanya Mancha and Free Tibet. And with that, we wrap up Evening Prime. I'm Aaron Lingdo. News and updates continues right here on Northeast Live.